I started doing this pretty much because of my husband. He's doing construction, and so he doesn't have the time to do his paperwork, his payroll. So I decided to help him. He asked me if I can help him, and I said yes. I haven't done any bookkeeping in years. My major was accounting, but I never, and it's changed. I mean, it's been like 20 years. Everything has changed. So I started doing it. So I do house cleaning. I have a small business, and I do my payroll on QuickBooks. But that's all I do on QuickBooks, which is pretty simple, right? So I said, well, if I do this, I know I can do my husband's on QuickBooks. So when I tried to do it, I couldn't. I mean, it's not as easy as it looks. They said anybody can do QuickBooks. That is not true. So anyway, I enrolled San Mateo College, community college. I did like the classes. I did like what I learned. But what I didn't like is that you go there, you have questions, they help you, but it's not the same as you, because I finished my 2 classes and then I try again to do my husband's, just to enter his credit card charges, to help him with the payroll and all of that, and I couldn't do it. And so I started looking on YouTube, and I found a lot of other people, but then I found you. I really like the way you explain what you teach us. It's very simple, it's very straightforward. Like for me, English is my second language, right? And so sometimes it's not as easy as an English-speaking person to understand. So you make it very simple and very easy to understand. And when I started looking at your videos, it actually helped me to start putting numbers in QuickBooks for my husband's business. So that's what I decided to buy your program, because like I said, I started doing things, I started putting in information, you explained it the way that I can follow what you were trying to teach me. And honestly, I mean, like I said on my email, when I took my class, every time I tried to do something, I was so afraid to go in because I said, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to find what I need. And so with you, it's easier because the way you explain your program, like you said it, you just do it in small chunks. So it's not too much information. You go and watch the video, like what I'm doing now, the credit card charges, just enter all the credit card charges. So you explain that, and it's easy, it's not too much information. And for me, it's easy to assimilate and remember and follow. But if you have the right person, the right teacher, the right instructor guiding you, and like you said, if you put the effort to do it, yes, you can do it. I was still a little bit afraid because that's the word. I was afraid to go into it and make mistakes. But like you said, what I do, say I do something and I do it right. Like the very first time that I entered the first month of credit card charges, I did it. I did the reconciliation, everything went well. It's the way you teach, but also the confidence that you give to us on how we can do it. And if we make mistakes, that's okay, because we have a point where to start again and then try to do it the right way. I was behind the whole year. So the first time I entered just half of a month. The last time I entered, I went 2 months straight because you just got into it, and it feels so easy now. I mean, like I'm mastering the credit card entering information. So that's good. And then I need to move on to the checking account. And I did the payroll. Like I said, I did my first quarterly report all by myself. I see that you enjoy what you do because you, reflect that when you're teaching and talking. It makes me want to watch your videos. You reflect happiness, if you want to say it that way, when you teach. You're not doing it because you're getting paid. You're doing it because you enjoy doing it. There's a lot of people like me trying to learn and trying to find the right person to teach them. And hopefully they find you. You make it easier on us. You make it much easier for us to learn. And that's what you reflect when you teach. You really enjoy what you do. And that's something that you cannot fake, because we can see it on your face. There's always something, one question, like you said, one question that is in there that applies to me, that I probably had that question and I didn't ask her, or I was just waiting for it to come. So it's I think it's a good way to help us all through the questions, because like you said, there is something out of all the questions that applies to more than one person who's listening to that part of the program. Thank you for being so nice and teaching us the way you do. Makes it easier on us. Thank you, Candus.